Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to take another quick look at Star Trek Attack Wing. Today we'll be looking at the U.S.S Defiant expansion. The Defiant being a ship that was introduced during the Deep Space Nine series, about halfway through, roughly, at the height of the Dominion War. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a quick look at what this particular expansion has to offer. Okay, now here's a quick snapshot of the components, minus all of the little tokens. Again, I usually don't film those, but just keep in the back of your mind that the tokens that usually come with expansions like this are reflective of the ship class in question. We'll start with the miniature. It's fairly, I don't want to say small. I mean, the U.S.S Enterprise expansion was small, and I know I keep harping on that, but I still can't get over that. Anyway. Yeah, the Defiant, I mean, isn't as big as, say, a Galaxy-class ship, and it definitely shows here with this miniature, but still, it's a good, fair-sized ship, and I think it's, in this case, I'm satisfied with the particular size of the model. Other than that, it's pretty decently detailed. And here's the cover for the base. Again, it's two-sided. One side is your Defiant, while the other side is just the regular Defiant class. You've got a forward firing arc and a rear firing arc. Maneuver template, starting with the ones. You can make a slight left, go straight, or a slight right at 1. Those are all green maneuvers. You can make a hard left at 2, or a slight left at 2, or a slight right, or a hard right at 2. Those are all white maneuvers. Going straight at 2 is a green maneuver. Onto the 3s, a hard left or a slight left at 3, or even going straight at 3. Those are all white maneuvers. You can go straight at 4, which is a white maneuver, or you can make a come about action that is at 3. That is a stressful or red maneuver. Now, this particular expansion does come with a scenario, Protect the Alpha Quadrant. Throughout some of the Deep Space Nine series, Benjamin Sisko and the Defiant were laying minefields to protect the wormhole. Basically, it was stopping the Dominion from coming through the wormhole and establishing a foothold in the Alpha Quadrant. Well, that's exactly what this scenario entails. One player will play the role as the Federation or the Defiant and try and stop the Dominion from coming through. Basically, the Federation's objective in this particular scenario is to lay 6 of those self-replicating mines, while the Dominion's goal is going to be blowing up the Federation ship. Onto the cards. Here's your quick reference card. Again, this is just basically a mirror of what I just showed you with the maneuver dial, so I'm not going to bother with that. The U.S.S Defiant has an attack of 3, agility of 2, hull of 3, shields 4. Special ability, when defending, convert all of your opponent's critical results into hit results. Similar to what Chewbacca's ability is as a, I think it was a co-pilot in the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. So basically no critical hits. That's pretty powerful. You've got evasive maneuvers, target lock, scan token, and battle stations, a number of different upgrades, and a point cost of 24. And of course you just have your standard Defiant class ship. Same stats for the most part, except one less shield, has less upgrade abilities, and has a point cost of 22. Captain, starting with Benjamin Sisko. Special ability, once per round you may re-roll any one of your attack or defense die. Similar to Han Solo's ability, you can only roll 1 instead of all of them. You've got a captain skill of 6 and a point cost of 4. Moving on to Kira Nerys. If I don't know what the name of that upgrade symbol is, it's the chevrons. Upgrade on an enemy ship would cause your ship to discard or disable any of your upgrades. Roll 2 defense dice. If you roll at least 1 evasive maneuver result, ignore the effects of the enemy upgrade. You do not pay a faction penalty when assigning Kira Nerys to a Federation ship. That has a point cost of 2. As you can see, it's a different faction down here. It's the Bajoran faction, so that's pretty interesting. Not something I've seen before. That is a captain skill of 3, rather. Finally, onto this no-named quote-unquote captain. This was the Admiral. I can't remember his name in the show, but in Deep Space Nine, he was an Admiral that Benjamin Sisko reported to during the Dominion War. I don't know why he would be considered a captain, but whatever. Captain skill of 1, point cost of 0. Upgrade cards, by the way, his name was Admiral Ross. It bugged me off camera, so I had to look it up. Quantum torpedoes, 5 attack dice, range 2 to 3. Attack, target lock. Spend your target lock and disable this card to perform this attack. If the target ship is hit, add 1 hit result to your total damage. Not bad. You may fire this weapon from your forward or rear firing arcs. That has a point cost of 6. Miles O'Brien as an upgrade card. As an action, disable this card to repair up to 2 shield tokens. You cannot attack this round. That has a point cost of 5. A good defensive card. Worf, action, target a ship at range 1. That ship rolls 2 less attack dice this round. That has a point cost of 3. Also another defensive card. Cloaking device. Instead of performing a normal action, you may disable this card to perform the cloak action. While you have a cloak token beside your ship, you may perform the barrel roll or sensor echo action, as it's called in this game, even if the card is disabled. This upgrade costs plus 5 squadron points for any ship other than the U.S.S Defiant. That has a point cost of 4. Attack pattern delta. Disable this card to reroll your entire defense roll. You must reroll all of the dice and keep the results of the second roll, similar to Han Solo's ability in X-Wing. That has a point cost of 3. Attack pattern omega. If you damage an opponent's hull with a critical hit, you may immediately discard this card to search the damage deck for a warp core breach card instead of drawing a random damage card. That's power. I've seen the warp core breach in action. Pretty nasty. Reshuffle the damage deck when you are done. That has a upgrade cost of 3. And standard photon torpedoes, attack dice 5, range 2 to 3. Attack, target lock, spend your target lock and disable this card to perform this attack. You may convert one of your battle station results into a critical result. You may fire this weapon from your forward or rear firing arcs. That is an upgrade cost of 5. Jadzia Dax. As an action, disable this card to perform an additional 2 maneuver this round, forward or bank. You cannot attack this round. That has a upgrade cost of 4. And there you have it, a very quick look at the U.S.S Defiant expansion. Again, I didn't cover everything that was included in the box, but this should hopefully give you some clue as to what you're in for should you decide to pick it up. You can check out my review of the base game at www.dadsgamingaddiction.com, or you can simply click on the links in the below description. That'll take you there as well. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.